Alright, good day everyone, it's Gareth again from Whatchamacallit Gaming, and here we are continuing our AV Rings of Saturn's playthrough. As you will notice, our money has dropped down from 121,000 and we now have 2 dishes. Because I forgot before selling last time that I wanted to buy another microwave emitter. So now we have 2 microwave emitters. We're just going to probably have to watch our temp. And our primary objective in this playthrough, or at least part of these ones from now, is to earn enough money to purchase without trading in a new ship. Even maybe a brand new ship. We're just going to check. I did do some looking online to see how many ships exactly were available, because it seemed quite light with only these vessels, and it turns out it's only these vessels, but some varied, because you can see here this one has 96 meters square cargo capacity. This one is the same. This one is 78 meters. So some of these ships have varying cargo capacities. This is 128. What does a new ship have? 125. So yes, we'll notice that some of these vessels have varying cargo capacity. Okay, this one doesn't have cargo. Oh, this one has barely any cargo capacity. So our main objective is to try and purchase a new ship. I would love to buy this thing, but it's 1.3, and this harvester is 3.2, so yeah. Other option would be one of these vessels. I've never actually purchased one of these vessels. Problem is, it's got 4 low-stress hardpoints, so it doesn't actually have the capacity for the robotic arm. Mind you, this one doesn't have the capacity either. So we'll just have to see how it goes. Okay, let's head out back into the ring. Allow drift, let's try it with that and see what it does. Does that add to our price? No, it makes absolutely no difference. We can't go, deeper into the ring. But the price jumps enormously. So we're not quite at that point where we can actually easily afford... Oops, I forgot to fill the tank. Oh well, it doesn't matter. Add annihilator. Well, that's one way to get to flippin' ad blocker advertisement. We're just gonna have to watch power usage, because I don't know if the robotic arm, I don't think uses as much power, but 2 EM emitters may use quite a lot of power. The main advantage having EM emitters and laser technology is that they're unlimited ammo. We don't have to worry about running out of ammo, we just need to worry about cargo space and fuel. Okay, for some reason it shows a full tank here, but at least I thought it looked like I was running low on tank. Okay, oops, that was me. Wrong button. Into the ring we go. For our EM emitters. Oh, where's our battery? Battery is here. It doesn't look like these emitters use much juice. I know our railgun after a few shots would quickly overheat it and drain the power cell. But these... not really. Okay, looks like we're fine as far as these small microwave emitters are concerned. So now we want to head deep into the ring. We can boost the ship's speed quite substantially. The problem is we'll have some trouble navigating. I could never actually get the ship to just, stay still. Oh, okay, it's drifting. It's not slowing us down. I don't understand why it's not slowing us down. Because normally when I kick the autopilot back in after accelerating beyond recommended thrust velocity, the autopilot will start braking us, but it's not. We're almost 10 meters a second faster than is authorized by the computer system. So I'm not 100% sure. We don't have any real acceleration because, well, we're moving. Okay, let's try boosting our speed a little bit higher. Yeah, now we run the risk of actually hitting something hard enough to do permanent damage. Oof. Okay, slight... I wish we could turn off the robotic arm. If it grabs one of those rocks as we get too close, and we suddenly take that mass onto our vessel, it's gonna end badly. There's definitely another ship. Ooh, bugger. I gotta pay attention to the frickin' radar screens. Okay, let's slam on the brakes here. Something fierce. Ow! Brakes. That ended very, very wrong. That ended... I think we have a rock in the gripper. Oops. Okay, what did we just do? Okay, we smashed part of the engine and damaged one of the thrusters, and we damaged the damn reactor. Oh, darn it. Yeah, that was a bad accident. That's gonna be expensive. Luckily, we don't have a leak, so that's good. Okay, it looks like part of our next fund is going to be spent. Oof. Spending some money, I'm afraid, on repairs here. Because, yeah, that most certainly did not go according to plan. Oops. Outside the effective range of the weapons. There we go. Luckily we can't pick up rocks, so that's not going to be a big hiccup. But yes, we're going to have to spend some money, I think, getting that reactor core repaired. Nuts. Okay, so my driving in space is terrible, but I knew that. We knew that. I've just been very lucky not to slam into anything yet, but as we get into the more denser rock fields, I'm going to probably end up bumping into a few things. Come on, bring us around. We'll go for the water. Yeah, we're not moving very quickly through this field. We're just basically, for lack of a better term, drifting through the field. Just taking advantage of these smaller rocks. And the fact that luckily the EM weapon does not impart large amounts of velocity to whatever we happen to be going for. Okay, that's not going to work. No, it'll work. We definitely have a contact somewhere because we keep getting beeps on the radar, but I'm not sure if that's just the rocks that we're picking up or something else. Yunks. Ooh, that's a valuable amount of water. Let's just rotate and hit this one as well. Okay, we gotta go after that other water as well. We'll add a bit more thrust. Also, there seems to be a magnetic attractor on the robotic arm, because once we get close to a rock, we seem to start getting pulled towards it. I definitely think there's another ship, but I can't tell if... It looks... No, there's definitely another ship. We're getting a second light flash on the visual feed. Ship a chance to stable out. Then we can open the jaw and we can swallow. Oops, we did not stable out properly. Got it. The most valuable rocks, but they will do. Like I said, the advantage this particular configuration of ship grants us is we can literally pick up everything. Oops, we're sliding too far to the side. Unfortunately, the other drawback, as you can see, is we tend to pick up literally everything in space. So even the cheap rocks that we don't actually want to grab will get grabbed by the ship's systems. Nope, I don't want to go that way. Let's go this way. Hello, we've got another contact. Shall steal children for a race? Unfortunately, no. Here for work, not for play. Sorry, mate. His ship's thrusters are way more powerful than mine. I don't even recognize the design of that ship, so I don't know what kind of ship that is. And given how bad my driving is, I don't actually want to run the risk of slamming into anything, especially now that we're overweight with cargo on board. Why didn't it grab it? Is there something in the claws? There must be. No, apparently it was just being full of itself. We also just had a railgun slug, a stray railgun slug, flash across the bottom of the screen. So I think one of those ships out there just opened fire and missed. That would suck. We go through all this trouble and we still get walloped. Not getting super valuable rocks, we are picking up rocks, and unfortunately our cargo bays are actually quite full already. I'm gonna try something. It's probably gonna be a bit stupid, but I'm gonna try it anyway. I'm gonna snag one of these rocks, and then we're going to try, okay, that's not working. Let's slam on the brakes. Let's grab one of these smaller rocks, the gripper arm, and see if we can bring the whole rock back with us. Don't know if the nav computer will even let us travel with a rock in the arm. Okay, it just smashed it. Unfortunately, we are full up, so we can't actually take anything more aboard. So let's head back. Okay, it's not happy with that rock being so close, so we'll move forward a bit to get away from it. Okay, that tells me that if I had the rock in the claw, it probably would not be very happy with us. Now we got to spend quite a bit of funds repairing our reactor core, because I managed to smash the control rods on impact, so they probably were set, and they got shook up really, really good. Unfortunately, I can't tell, which is why I wanted to grab an asteroid, if any of these rocks was the one I had in the front claw when we made our trip back. Okay, repairs. 5,000 to fix. 40,000 to replace. Another 5,000 to fix. Okay. That's expensive, but it's fixed. And this manipulator arm needs repairs, and this main drive needs repairs. These thrusters, oh bugger. Maintenance, 9 hours, 23 days. Insurance is dropping. So when we hit launch, we have to just wait till the maintenance is done. That was expensive. That was like 30,000 ennies for repairs. Yeah, that was a tad on the pricey side. But we have no choice. We could fly with a damaged reactor, but this is our insurance ship. It guarantees that no matter what happens, we will have a spacecraft to head out, make money, even if I screw up terribly and completely destroy my next ship by some accident, or we bump into a pirate, we'll at least have another ship that we can board and go out with. Okay, let's see if I can improve my driving skills. I know there is a way. T-Alt is adrenaline boost, so I hit this, time slows down, but I don't know if that actually helps. We'll have to see. Okay, now we boost thrust up to, say, 70 is good. And we let the autopilot retake over, and then I'm zooming out so I can see what the heck's in front of us along with the radar scan. Because, yeah, if we're going to change course, we're going to have to do it quite solidly. Okay, maybe that's what allowed drift is. It's programmed the autopilot so that we can boost the ship up without slamming on the brakes when we kick the autopilot back on. It just accepts this is the velocity we're traveling at. Because yes, we need to get deeper into this field if we're going to make any money. We're not making money. We're making about 80 to 90k K every time. But when the ship you want to purchase is $1 million or $2 million or $3 million, 80 to 90k is a couple of decades of saving. And then there's maintenance costs, as we've seen, and then there's launch costs and fuel costs, and oh boy. So into the ring we go. I'm just keeping an eye here on our radar screen, hoping to dodge. It looks like we've got a clip out. No, there is one rock in collision course, so we're going to alter course just a little bit. We've just got to slide behind it. I just really don't want the arm to grab anything while we're flying, because that's just going to end very badly for us. Dodge this rock and we'll pull up. So yeah, this field gets very dense very quickly. Especially as we head deeper in. Also, I think the deeper we go, the more likely we're to have encounters. There always seems to be about 2 ships also following us into the rings. So we can assume that's just part of the standard mining group that launches at such and such a time. So we'll have to see how this goes. Kilometers. Not really that deep into the field, because this field is thousands of kilometers, hundreds of thousands of kilometers in width and length. Probably a million. But it's fine. There's definitely at least one ship behind us, because we can see his dry flare, but he is way behind us. Okay, I'm going to start slowing this ship down quite a bit now. Because we are starting to get into some really dense rock here. In fact, let's slow down completely. We'll go for this cluster of rocks we see directly at us, so we can zoom in a little bit. Okay, just a sec here. Sorry, just had to blow my nose. Okay. Take us nice and slow. We'll try our luck with this cluster of 3 rocks we got directly ahead of us. Okay, we are still way out of effective EM range. We are exciting the rocks, it's not pumping enough energy into it to shatter it. There we go. Ooh. Ooh, ooh, ooh. If you can grab it, I'll take it. Oof. Slight bump there, but we were traveling more than sufficiently slow enough. But I don't think it matters. But we want that water. Let me just check damage quick. But this is wear and tear. This isn't misaligned, so we're just barely damaged the ship with that stunt, thank goodness. That was a valuable hunk of rock. We didn't get all of it, but yeah, that was quite a valuable hunk of rock. Another 22,000 worth of water. Okay, we've picked up another rock. Why are you grabbing the least valuable rock? You tossed the most valuable rock into space, you stupid robotic arm. Yeah, it's stuck in the front jaws. It tossed the most valuable rock into space. I really do wish we had better control over this robotic arm a bit. Or at least let us assign it targets. So if I click on this rock, this is the rock I want you to target, you should deactivate until we're in range of the rock. Yeah, unfortunately, due to the way the game is set, you have to zoom in so far, you can't actually, zoom out, sorry, so far, you can't actually see any action. Yeah, sorry, the robotic arm is gripping this rock. Okay, it's got something. Ooh, there's something valuable in here. Yeah, right there. Okay, we're definitely going to try and snag as much of this material as possible. Okay, that's 6001 just banged into a rock, so we should be fine. Let's go after this one, then we'll go after that 6001. Mainly because I'm pointing in this direction. Okay. Ah, darn it, I think... Ooh. Will you let go, you piece of junk? Okay, the geologist wants an advance on her salary. Not a problem. We're actually making enough that it's not going to give us any hiccup. And this has so far been a very profitable run. Really? Let go. There we go. Oh, darn it. And now I've lost that 6001 because the stupid arm... Okay, in this respect, this arm can be a bit frustrating. Oh no, there it is, directly ahead of us. You really don't have any control over what the arm grabs, and that's just a bit stupid to me. It should be, you assign a target, it grabs the target. It would have been really that simple. Okay, it's grabbed something. Not too bad. So most of these rocks aren't really valuable. We've had a few very nice ones, though. Come on. We've got a slight jamming of the throat. I think we got it cleared. Yeah, it looks like we've probably got it cleared. We've got here. We've got some water there. That's very valuable. That's 13,000. Unfortunately, this stupid arm is going to grab that iron rock, so it's not going to grab the one I actually want. Yeah, I thought it was going to do that. Okay, it snagged the one I wanted. Excellent. Oops. I honestly cannot tell. I think there's a 5,000. Ooh, there's a 13,001 running away. It grabs the cheapest one it can grab. Okay, it's bumped into a rock, so that's nice. That's not our target, mate. Okay, we've caught that rock. There we go. Sometimes I really do wonder what this arm is supposed to grab, because, yeah, I would like a little more control over the arm, but this game is now very old. If they haven't implemented a control over the arm system by now, then they're not going to. Or there is one, and I have missed the instructions. Which I will honestly grant you is not impossible. But yeah, this has been an extremely profitable run. Unfortunately, I think we're full again. Or virtually full. Yeah, the jaws aren't closing properly anymore. So we're full up. So far, that was a really nice run. That clunking noise that's so terrible is the darn rocks stuck in the jaws. Okay, I'm going to take a look after this run. I know I'm trying to save money, but is there some other modification we can make for the cargo bay? Or do we get a more powerful engine? I don't know. But yes, 178,000. Not bad at all. Problem is, it looked like it deleted the rocks that were in the front of the cargo, the mouth, when we launched, but I'm not sure about that. Fleet? Oops, no, that's us. Come on, give me information. Okay, this ship's cargo bay, I think, is smaller than ours. Information? Nope. We've got the small cargo. We've got so I think our ship is a standard issue model. Yeah, I'm not buying a ship smaller than us. Bigger wouldn't be a problem. I'd have to do a lot of replacement on the ship. Oof, but these hard points are terrible if they point outwards like this. This one's got an even smaller cargo bay. This one's got a standard cargo bay. These are all standard ships. Just check repairs quick. I'm not going to fix any of these. Instead, I'm going to go to the equipment dealer. I'm going to leave that alone. Propellant tank, we seem to be doing fine. We don't need a long-range or interplanetary propellant tank, but the main reaction control thrusters, we're doing fine with our current ones. The engine, we probably want to upgrade. Though this one is going to cause overheating, but it is a much bigger thruster. Upgrade exceeds thermal electrical production of the spacecraft. Yeah, it looks like we'll have reactor temp problems with this engine. So I'm not sure if I actually want to do any of this. The main thing I think would be to upgrade the cargo baffles, and that would only be to add a very expensive oil purifier. But that deletes the cargo baffles. That's my only problem. Some of these models you'll see that come with the cargo baffles as well, but these don't appear to have any of the cargo baffles. Do we really want to spend that much? The main advantage to having an oil purifier on board is we could collect more rocks. Okay, I'm gonna... Oh wait, here we go. Here's the flippin' navigation computer. It's under autopilot. Used for advanced... Okay, so this enhances our control system. Okay, I'm gonna spend the money on that. And then, yes, I'm going to spend the money on that. I'm so busy upgrading this ship, I'm honestly... Power plant. This increases, okay, it increases temperature control and battery capability. I'm not going to spend any more there. Let's go back into the rings. And let's launch. Okay, so there was a way to upgrade flippin' the onboard navigation computer. I was looking for something completely different. I was actually looking for navigation computer, honestly. Not autopilot. Because an autopilot is not a computer. It's part of the computer system. Flip, it's not even part of the computer system. It's software. Well, sorry, that's a bad statement. It is part of the computer system. But it's software. I was looking for the hardware to upgrade. There are various components that are parts that the autopilot uses that are part of the hardware, but 90% of the time it is just software. Okay, I'm not 100% sure what upgrading the autopilot does. It just explained, oh, okay. Well, the first thing I noticed that's different is it's added all these little dots around the navigation arm. But what that does precisely, I couldn't tell you. Okay, we zoom out. We boost to a current speed of 70 kilometers an hour. And then we maintain direction and thrust. Okay, it looks like it's added sort of alarm around the ring, around our nav ring, but that doesn't help me. It is so cluttered, I cannot read that. If there's supposed to be empty space in front of us, there's the barest gap here, but really, it's not a very clear reading of the ship. So I don't know how good this actually is going to be, but it doesn't matter. We're traveling at a comfortable 71 meters a second, which is actually insane in an asteroid belt. But then again, I'm not sure how dense Saturn's rings actually are. I know most sci-fi stuff show asteroid belts as these dense interlocking fields, but they're really not. Most asteroids and rocks are separated by hundreds of millions of kilometers. It's more likely that you'd spend more fuel traveling between the two rocks than having to worry about it. I'm sure if you were in a system that, say, suffered a catastrophic event where any planets it had have shattered, then yes, you would probably find something similar to what they show in sci-fi, where you have a dense field of rocks. But Earth, at least, with our gas giants, has been bulldozing our asteroid belt, and gravity has been throwing those rocks around that none of them are close to one another anymore. You need a primordial system, just newly formed star, to get something as dense as we normally get when we see it in sci-fi. But that can also be a great thing. It means that if you pick a rock to go to, it's going to just be that rock. You're not going to have to worry very much of accidentally slamming into another rock, because you're not actually going through a dense field. Okay, if there's a gap with this radar screen, I can't see it. Okay, this is going to go badly. My biggest fear is the stupid arm is going to grab something. Can we not turn it off temporarily or something? Because I can promise you, that arm grabs something at this speed, and it's going to end very badly for us. But I want to get at least 15 to 20 Ks in. Before we start snagging rocks. Because that last run we were at 15 Ks and it was really, really valuable. Yeah, we're really working these thrusters. Okay, 14 kilometers. 15, we're at the appropriate distance that I was mining at. So let's start slamming on the brakes a bit. Let's actually bring it back to standard velocity. Okay, this is the nav velocity that the navigation system is happy with with our current ship configuration, so that's not a problem. We're going to keep going a little bit deeper. Luckily, we're drifting. One of the advantages of space, once you get going, you either stop yourself or you hit something big enough to stop you. So we don't actually have to worry about wasting fuel. All we're wasting fuel here is for maneuvering, which technically is 99% the most expensive in fuel when you're operating in space. Going somewhere isn't the problem, it's turning and stopping. Okay, let's slam on the brakes here. We will target this rock, because it's there. And we will shatter it. Ooh, we got some water. That is a nice pickup for our first rock. Once the ship's slowed down enough, we'll put it in the hold. And then we gotta force it to the back and see how it refines. I don't know how this refining system works. I don't know if we're gonna vent excess material. I have no idea. Okay, whatever it was, it went right to the back of the ship. There's some more water. Okay, these two rocks are not very valuable. Got some iron ore and some water. The water is going to be valuable, but we can grab both. I don't know how this ore purifier is actually working. It was a huge expense, but we'll have to see once we get close enough. Okay, our EM weapons are not having much effect. What's this doing to our battery life? Okay, we're not actually causing any problems as far as power is concerned, so... That BE rock is very valuable, but it takes off like a missile. Okay, looks like we knocked the ore out of our refinement base, so that's a slight hiccup. So in order for the ore refinement to work, we actually have to keep it in the back of the ship. And momentum is a problem. That's a nice pickup. I don't know if we have to keep the rocks in the back of the ship completely, or do we have to keep them flush against the side of the hull? I don't know. Ooh, okay, looks like that BE material got caught with some asteroids, so we're gonna go check that out. I don't know what it stands for. I don't even know if it's a real material. Hopefully this author seems to be quite interested in a realistic space simulator, so it's very possible that it is an actual type of element. There goes another one at Mach 6. Okay, we're gonna have to slow down, which is going to knock the rocks out of the refiner. Luckily, as the cargo bay fills up, it's not going to matter much. This is another advantage to the robotic arm. We don't actually have to head straight for whatever it is we're after. We can just let the arm reach out and grab it. Yeah, I'm going to really miss this arm, despite some of its very annoying tendencies. Gentle boost of power, just to keep everything in the back. And now Now remember, we don't have those baffles anymore, so if we're not careful, anything in the wrong position is going to get thrown out. As you can see, it is getting thrown out. Damn it. Really? We still have a rock in our arm. Something is causing us problems here. What is it? Oh, it's the way the two rocks in the front of the main mouth. I'm confused. Why'd you do that? Okay, we managed to swing those rocks around. Okay, we have another unknown contact approaching. Hopefully he's not hostile, but I have no idea. So I'm just gonna move away from him. Where are you, mate? There he is. Okay, he's not a problem. That's our target, right there. Okay, it looks like we've got our... You can see here on our space left is slowly dropping. So we are definitely refining whatever we're taking in. So, the material is going down. We're refining it. Though the water is dropping quite significantly, so I'm not sure if that's just... I think this may just be a fault of the system. That will automatically process the water into liquid, and so we lose the water. I honestly don't know. As you can see, the material is dropping. The price isn't dropping, so I don't think we're losing any material. So I'm not 100% sure exactly how this refiner is working. Because I don't know what it would tag as waste material. I don't know what it does with the waste material. It didn't have a very clear explanation, just what it thought it would be of... I'll double check it when we get back. Okay, these rocks, while not super valuable, are not too bad. I just wish it came with the drive baffles, or we could keep the baffles. I don't know why we couldn't. They would be here, roughly, which is just in front of the refiner. So why we couldn't keep the baffles as well, I don't know. This V material, I don't know what it is. We're getting plenty of it, though. Oops, this is bad. This is bad. We need to go around this rock. Let's not fight momentum, please. We're going to target lock this rock. Okay, we managed to force everything into the rear of the ship's compartments. While this isn't as valuable a trip as our last one, it seems to be going quite well. Though we are very full. I don't know how long it takes to refine whatever it is we pick up, that's all. Palladium? I thought there was a material, but I can't remember if that was a sci-fi material from a game or an actual metal that you can get. 60. And then we will start slowing the ship down, but we'll slow down in such a way that it throws everything to the back of the ship's cargo bay. And we're just going to sit here for a bit. I just want to see what this is doing. Because yeah, you can see water level is dropping and then it's climbing, so not 100% sure how this refining system is supposed to work. Oh, flip. We just took a hit from... Luckily it was very long range, but we just took a hit from that other mining craft EM weapon. So I'm just going to definitely move us away from him. I don't think he intentionally meant to hit us. I think we just caught the tail end of what he was mining, so yeah, let's go away. I can see our ore price at the bottom here, the any price, is climbing. And then it drops and then it climbs. So I'm not 100% sure what the heck is going on. According to this, we still have 29 meters tri. It's not square, it's 3. Worth of cargo space on board, so... I can't even see what I'm mining here, people. We grabbed something. Okay. Iron, so that's not worth much. Cargo bay is getting very, very full. Yeah, no, we're full. Okay, let's spin her around. I think we have a blockage of the throat, so... Okay, I'm calling this mission done. I also don't know if the refinement process will happen continuously or on the way back to the main station. I have no idea. So let's just head back. $103. I can't tell if the refining thing we spent a lot of money on did anything. I'm just going to check in equipment, but the explanation is not very good. Where was cargo again? Here, Antonov ore purifier. Marketed as an economic innovation, as a refurbished iteration of a defective Rastom Antonov mineral processing unit, the direct reactor coolant lines have been replaced with electronic heating elements, allowing for increased processing volume on large ships. While the device retains the ability to sublimate water from the cargo and capture it via a cryo ring for propellant reprocessing, Antonov has completely removed the mineral processing function. The ore purifier boasts a larger processing area and improved efficiency, but the introduction of the electronic heating results in a higher power consumption and slower processing speed. So, it doesn't process the raw material, because here it says mineral processing efficiency not applicable. Remass processing, so it processes water into fuel. So the longer we run with this, the more fuel. And here we have another one. And this one, you see, it says here 40%. So this one will process raw material into thing. So the advantage of having this one is it keeps our fuel tank topped up. That means we can operate longer, we can go deeper. That's not bad, but it's not really practical for this ship. I don't want to take it too deep because then we lose the vessel. So instead, I'm going to go back to the cargo battles. Let's see if the fleet dealer has us. Oops, the dealer has a deal for us. This one, unfortunately, is a trade-in. I do not want to trade in my ship. I do not want to trade in my ship. But I would love the cargo capacity. Make no mistake. Blazing Death. Wow, that's an interesting point to put the hard points. This ship has been beat to heck, and they will still want $1 million for it. I think we need to argue what we think is valuable. This vessel has even less cargo capacity. Alright. Back into the rings we go. The only advantage that ore processor has is we don't have to worry about running out of fuel. It'll take any water we process and turn it into reaction mass. Which doesn't quite work with a ship like this. We're using a nuclear fission reactor. Well, in theory, there was the one design. It was the most simplest approach to a nuclear thrust rocket. Is basically you would take the reactor material and you would drill holes of varying thicknesses through varying density reactive material, and then you would force water through it. Now, because you're forcing water through what is basically a smaller and smaller hole, it would slowly superheat it into plasma, and then you would force it out the rear of the ship. This approach was basically considered the most simplest approach for a plasma-based propulsion system for using a nuclear fusion reactor as your main means of propulsion. How practical it is, I don't know. There were theories done. I didn't look too deeply into it because there were like so many. I know Scott Manley, if you look for his YouTube channel, he also, but it's very old now, it's like 5 or 6 years old now. He did a whole video on various types of nuclear ion, and I'm not sure if he did antimatter propulsion. So, if you're curious, I don't remember what the video was called, but I do know the YouTube author was Scott Manley, and he's normally quite a nice person to watch when it comes to space programs and space-related news, if you will. One of these days, I'm going to screw up. I'm going to get us too close to a rock. That stupid arm is going to grab it, and it's going to hurt. Because we are traveling at such a speed, and suddenly we add a car onto the front of our ship. Yeah. That would be like if you watch the Terminator movies, when they do that crane chase, and he drops the crane hook into this, sewer tunnel, and it just completely destroys the crane, crushes it like a beer can. That's what will happen to our ship if this arm suddenly decides to grab one of these rocks. Because it'll grab it, it'll try to control it, and it either gets swung backwards, smashed into our rear engine and reactor compartment, or worse, it will basically, he'll grab it, put it in front of us, and we'll fly right into it. So yeah, I don't want the arm to do that if we can avoid it. Also, I'll admit, I didn't actually notice there when we were looking through the cargo bay types that it actually had a little display on the bottom there explaining what it does. I was reading the words at the top thinking it would explain it. Okay, this is a problem. Come on, slam on the brakes. Whew! That was close. That was close. We're not actually at depth, so we'll just grab these two rocks. No, don't grab that one, please. We'll go deeper into the ring. I may be screwing up here. No, no, I'm not. I'm lucky. So yeah, we're not nearly deep enough to warrant the beginning of our mining operation. Got another ship behind us, clear as day, so there's that. Let's keep going. Oh boy. Really hope we're moving too quickly for the arm to latch on. Yeah, we're moving too quickly for the arm to latch on. "15 kilometers with this ship seems to be roughly safe space. 15 to 20 kilometers. I don't honestly know when you start running into real trouble. I don't know, like, we have to be 100 kilometers. I don't know if it's random. So far, our last couple of episodes have been remarkably peaceful as far as random encounters are concerned. Okay, we're approaching a fairly dense amount of rock, so I think this is where we'll start mining operations. In fact, that big rock looks like it could be quite fun. Yeah, this is going to take a little while to heat up. And we got another bee. Oh, we managed to capture this one. And it was the most valuable of the two. That works. There goes that one, but that one may bump into that rock, so that would be nice. It is going to bump into that rock. Perfect. Yeah, I can't stop the arm. Yes, please don't grab that very large, very heavy rock at our velocity. Okay, looks like we maybe I've been worried about nothing, because the moment we tried to grab that rock with our, while we were accelerating past it, the arm immediately let go because we were traveling too quick. Oops, nope, let's go for that one. Okay, we are not actually in the richest possible field we could be in here. Darn it, you were supposed to grab that rock. Swing around, kick that other one into our drive baffles. That rock seems to have gotten stuck, so we will plot course for intercept. Can we? Come on. No, you piece of junk. Leave the very, very big, very, very heavy rock alone. Grab that one. slam on the brakes, shove it into our jaw, spin us around, let's go off to the other one. Got it. I can't seem to swing the ship around. Really? Robotic arm? You let the good... Oh no, you didn't let the good one get away. Yes, this field seems to have a lot of stuff. Sometimes this targeting computer can be a real pain in the butt. Okay, yeah. This field is fairly rich. Never gotten this much of this BE material before. I really gotta Google what these are. I know Fe is iron. I know H2O is well, H2O is technically water, but they say W for water, so I'm assuming it's hydrogen. Technically, H2O is water, as far as I know. But then, why do they give us W for water as well? So I'm assuming H2O, at least in this game, is supposed to stand for hydrogen. But I don't know, because I know the thing H2O is water. That's basic chemistry. Which I don't think is even offered in South African schools. At least I don't remember ever doing basic chemistry in school. I know in the US it's a standard part of their school curriculum. Because they always have those... it's like part of all the anime and TV shows. And I know China, Japan, most of these countries do basic chemistry. And I think South Africa does offer it, at least not the school I was in offered it. Okay, we've got another ship approaching. I don't know who he is, and I don't know what he wants, and I don't care. Ooh, he managed to snag a nice one there. Sherman. Nuts. Pirate. He's disabled our systems, but he hasn't disabled us. He is cooking us. Darn it. Luckily we have two of these systems. He's overheating us. Let's close the distance and really cook this bugger. This is going to be very, very expensive. And this is going to be very, very slow. Can we not knock ourselves out of his line of fire? Not without the onboard computer. don't recognize his ship design at all. His engine's bigger than ours. His engine is bigger and more powerful, and his weight is less because he's not fully loaded with cargo. I don't know what I'm supposed to be targeting to cook him properly. I think he's also better shielded. Oh, darn it. He is cooking us. And I can't handle this ship like this. This, I suspect, is going to be very expensive. Oh, good, we have main... Oh. Darn it, I thought we had the main computer back online. The only advantage we have is we got 2 EM emitters, he's got 1. So I'm going to keep cooking him for as long as possible. Darn it, if I could just keep my ship from drifting. There we go, we've got target lock. Yep, he's overheating. He is seriously overheating. Okay, he's just lost his main reactor. Ow! Ow, 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 ow. Okay, good grief, that hurt. I'm picking up whatever the heck this is and I'm running. Because I suspect that hurts a lot. Okay, whatever it is, we've got it snagged. Let's spin ourselves around. I don't know what this is. I don't know if it's just an unstable core. Okay, we lost it. This is the only loot we're getting out of this enemy ship, so I'm not leaving it, no matter what damage it seems to be doing. Just trying to break it, which is not proving very easy. I honestly cannot tell what is going on. We seem to be cooking ourselves with this reactor core. It's too big to actually swallow, so we'll have to carry it on the robotic arm. Providing, yeah, onboard computer is short-circuiting. Can we not plot a course with this in our grip? Don't appear to have enough Darn it, do we have to give this up? All because this is something valuable, I'm assuming. Or it could just be an unstable reactor, so I don't know. And we can't swallow it, it's far too big to swallow. Okay, no, we managed to swallow it somehow. No, you stupid robotic arm. I can't stop the ship from going out of control like this. I think we may have to abandon our prize, unfortunately. Simply because I cannot plot a navigation computer. I can't even slow the ship down. I just want to move us clear of these rocks. On it. Will you stop? You may have to release it, plot a course, snag it, and then let the ship do it, and hope it grabs it. I don't think it will. Sorry, I want to go. Nope. Is this the way I want to do it? Yeah. Okay, looks like we are stationary. Let's try this again quick and see if it'll let us do it. I can't tell, we have no nav data. So I'm hoping it's now suddenly going to take off. I don't think it's going to do it. I think we're going to have to release our prize, unfortunately. Come on, swing it loose. At least until we can get the main computer to boot back up. Let it go, you don't. Okay, this arm is now proving to be more of a blight than a proper curse. It's not. Okay, fine. You want to do it that way? Then we're going to swing it loose this way. There we go. Thank you. Why are we... Oh, we're being pulled towards it. We are literally being pulled towards it. It is literally a contained singularity. It's probably worth millions, but we can't capture it like this. I think our reactor is... something. I don't understand what is going on here. Ugh. Main engine's firing. Okay, unfortunately we have to let the price go because this system is going completely bonkers and won't actually let me do anything. Okay, there, we've got the main engine kicking in. Damn it! I wanted to bring that with us, and literally could do nothing to get us to stop. So that sucks. We got nothing out of that. We destroyed an enemy ship, and we took heavy damage, and we got butkus. Because yeah, this ship is going to be suffering so much damage from that. We just didn't have a big enough cargo bay to deal with it. Well, that's stupidly expensive. Where was the services? There we go. Let's conduct our maintenance cycle. Okay, I just want to check time.